Hi, how are you? This is Kenya Rahmaan, author and founder of the Child Support Hustle. I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing all right. I wasn't planning on going live today, so this is kind of impromptu. This is off the cuff. I want to try to do more like just going live whenever, just so I can get in the practice of it. Um, Yeah, I thought this topic was interesting, and it's not a lot to research about it, so I'm going off the top just because I think it's an interesting topic, and I think that's one that we're going to hear a lot more about, just because one, as I've said over and over again. Good afternoon, Reggie. Thanks for joining me. Um, the child support system is a completely voluntary program, unless welfare is involved, and that's written. I mean, that's not me just talking. So, and this is unmarried parents. There's different rules and regulations for uh, married parents. So this is unmarried. So I'm on, I research all this stuff, child support. I have so much child support information in my head, it's just there. So anyway, I read this uh, on the Office of Child Support Enforcement. It says same-sex parents and child support program requirements, which I find is interesting, of course, because of how the child support program is set up for same-sex. I mean, for different sex couples, heterosexual couples, and how they make it seem like it's a mandatory program, and with especially with like dad by default, and how they make fathers or make men legally responsible for these children that aren't theirs. And the backbone of this child support program is based on paternity establishments. Hey, Jen. So instantly I go to, well, if you can't establish paternity, especially in a same sex, a women same sex couple, how would you go about establishing a child support case? And you cannot force somebody to sign a acknowledgement of paternity if there's no paternity involved. Like, you don't have to sign that. We know that because even as a man in the hospital now, he doesn't have to sign that documentation. You're acknowledging that you are the father of this child. So if you're a woman, you don't, I mean, how, you don't have to acknowledge, you don't have to sign anything. So that got me to thinking to just how unconstitutional this system is. Um, and it's already, I've said this several times over the years, that this system violates equal protections for parents, because if the unmarried parent, they make unmarried parents pay a certain amount of money each month about for their children. Well, they don't make married parents pay money. They don't go into married parents' households and say you have to pay X amount of dollars per month for the upkeep of your children, to take care of your children. So that's a violation right there. So if they don't hold same sex parents to the same uh, guidelines that they hold unmarried parents to, then that's in itself violating the equal protections. So one here's one thing from this what is it, policy interpretation question, and of course the link is in the description of how they're going to break down the Title 4D program as it relates to same-sex couples. So one of the questions that I thought was interesting as it relates is how do the genetic testing provisions in Title 4D of the Act apply to children born to same-sex couples. So they say Title 4D contains provisions related to genetic testing in traditional paternity cases involving a father and mother that generally, hold on one second, please, that generally will not be applicable to parental establishment for same-sex parent families. Okay. So they talk about the act, which requires states to have procedures for genetic testing, which can be contested. So they don't have anything already in place. So that makes me question everything. If you don't have it across the board, and I'm about equality. So this is not anything against the same sex couple or anything like that. I'm just saying if you have a set of rules for one group, you have to have it across the board. And this is going to be very difficult for the government to enforce. So if you're going to have the horrible, illegal, whatever you want to call it, dad by default program uh, in place where you force men to become legal fathers and financially responsible uh, for a child that's not theirs, then how are you going to do that for same-sex couples? Because they're not, in a lot of instances, they're not going to be biologically a parent to that child. So this is going to be interesting. And if they do pass a law that mandates, which is going to be interesting because this child support system isn't mandatory now. So that's going to be something to look at in the future because if they don't mandate same-sex couples, for those that think that this system is mandatory, if they don't mandate same-sex couples to participate in child support enforcement or this program, then that is just another, that's just more proof that this program is not mandatory to begin with. Another violation, I just thought about this, I was going to say it earlier and I got sidetracked. Another violation is that they make married parents pay for their children's college. I mean, unmarried parents pay for their children's college, where married parents don't have to pay for their children's college. So there's like subtleties that are not that subtle when you have to still provide for a grown adult 21 when they go to college. Well, married parents don't have to do that. So this is just, I just want to come on here instead of just making notes. Like there's not a lot of notes to make because this is just new. And they don't know, I'm sure, what to do with this because they've been, taking advantage of unmarried parents and parents in the traditional family structure for so long through this child support system. And now they have a new dynamic. So they're trying to figure out how we're going to get this money. They don't care how they get it, but how are we going to be able to pull this off uh, and still make it look like it's fair and equal? So stay tuned because they're going to have to figure some shit out. But y'all know what I say. I've been saying it. Fuck child support. Um, and I mean it. So let's see. I hope you have a good day. Need advice? I am having a good day. I am. Thank you very much, Jen. If I can give you some advice, I will try to. For the same sex couples. Why is that funny, Joe? Without being offensive, I think everybody, uh, we are all equal. So I didn't get a chance to put like a description and all that good stuff I put on there because I'm not, like I said, this was impromptu, you know. So I'm in a whole different location and just doing my thing. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? International child support laws. What do you have a specific question, King? Because I can try to answer. It's pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Good, Stephanie. I'm glad to hear it. I'm good. Just talking about And another thing, can y'all imagine having what's going to happen if they make these moms by default? Do y'all think it'll be a bunch of marching in the street if they try to do what they do with dad by default? If they try to do mom by default? I'm just asking questions. I just think this is an interesting topic, and I just want to know opinions because I just want to see how this is going to unfold. So I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that. Just asking. I've been put in jail for not paying. Why I even started, I was doing research. I hope you guys join me tomorrow because I'm going to be talking about the Mississippi jail, the incarceration bill that they just flagged. They didn't pass it, and so they shouldn't even have voted on a bill because the guidelines say that if you're incarcerated for more than 180 days that they're supposed to modify your order anyway. So I don't even know what's going on over there in Mississippi besides them being crooks and trying to milk this system for as much as they can milk it for, and nobody again is holding this state accountable for their actions. So I don't even know, but that's another video because there's a lot of unpacking to do, and I just want to make sure I have everything right. But that's what I was working on. And I said, I'm just going to come on here and talk about this another violation because these are violations to equal protections, how they handle this child support case. Um, and they shouldn't be putting anybody in jail, Jen, if you can't afford to pay child support. They are supposed to have a hearing to determine your ability to pay before they can hold you in contempt of court and put you in jail. And that has been the Supreme Court ruling since 2011. It's supposed to be the law, if you will, in every state. And I'll put it in the link. There's the landmark case is Turner versus Rogers. You can even look at some of my videos. I've done videos about it. If you go to my website, thechildsupporthustle.com, I have articles that I've written. And I mean, I had the links there. I have a ton of sources, but they're not supposed to do that. Hi, Ben. Going through this stuff should become paralegals and dominate child support. Yeah, I agree. Let's take over, and we should vote everybody out that's not doing anything about it, and elect people to go in office and fix this whole family court child support system. Just vote everybody out. Well, that sounds like a proof of service issue, King. And so what you want to do is make sure that they have a valid proof of service that for that original complaint. So you want to just get a copy of everything because you have to be served. I don't care where you are. They have to serve you the original complaint. And you have to be able to defend whoever's accusing you of whatever they're accusing you of. In this case, they're accusing you of not taking care of your children and saying that you need a court order to force you to take care of your children through child support. And even if you want to go a little further, they're saying that you abandon your children. That's what this whole system, that's what they're saying. That's why you got to fight it. Don't sign nothing. If you're already taking care of your children, you don't need a court order to force you to. So, yeah, I'm going to talk more about Mississippi and Mississippi. Just terrible. I mean, they're all terrible. And that's the thing I put on my Facebook page. I was like, Mississippi, they're all crooks. They're all garbage. The whole system, all the systems. I can't think of who's worse. You're welcome, King. I'll get asked all the time. So it's always a rank. Of course, Ohio, because they fucked me around in my case, and I had to fight with them for all those years, 8 of them. They were lying. I was degraded, treated like I wasn't shit, all that kind of stuff. So Ohio will always be my number one. Then Michigan, the friend of the court, their dad by default system. They're and it's not just Wayne County, Oakland County. I mean, they Michigan is bad. South Carolina, Texas. Oh my! I mean, I could go on, but Mississippi. Whoo! Just tune in tomorrow. Just tune in tomorrow. But the information is going to be good. If you or a loved one are about to go away and do some time, if you have a child support case, this will help you make sure they stop with the child support so it won't accumulate, so you won't be tens of thousands of dollars in debt when you get home. So I'm in contempt. What can I do? Jen, did you get a hearing to determine your ability to pay? If you did not have a hearing before they put a contempt charge against you, I advise you to, and I'm not a lawyer, let me say that right now. I'm a retired child support reform advocate. So I just do this for informational purposes only. Um, you want to file a complaint, and if you send me an email, I'll give you some links because I'm not at my desk, so I can't, do two things at once. If I click out of here, it's going to take my whole screen away. So my email is cshustle. I can't type that in. Here's my email. And email me, and I'll send you some links and what you need to reference when you tell them that you did not have a hearing or you weren't offered any other safeguards to determine your ability to pay. They have to find out if you can pay the support before they can hold you in contempt. Because technically, if you can't pay the support, you are not violating, or you're not in contempt because you're not violating the court order. And they found that out in the Turner versus Rogers case. But the states keep doing what they're doing, which is what they're doing to you, Jen, holding you in contempt without going through the proper steps, and holding people in debtor prisons. And those were outlawed in 1833. They keep violating people's rights, and we're still fighting so that they will stop. And like I keep saying, we have to get off the computer and get in the streets. I said this in the last video, somebody said 1 million people in the streets wouldn't make a difference. I beg to differ. I've never seen 1 million people except like in pictures or on TV, but I know from what I've seen historically and just on TV, not even 1 million people would, but when a bunch, hundreds of thousands of people and 1 million people get together with a common goal in mind, shit happens. Shit happens. Change happens. So that's it. So y'all keep an eye out, and I think this will be yet another example of the child support system being a voluntary program, because they are not going to be able to force same-sex couples to voluntarily sign up for this bullshit child support system. They're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to get a paternity judgment against two women. They're not going to be able to do it. The legal fatherhood, it's going to be hard for them to do that. Like all the stuff that they do now is going to be very difficult for them to do in the same sex parenthood arena. And for them to concoct something tricky and underhanded like they do in the current system, is going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of time. What, Jen? I would have to talk to you offline because I don't know like what the threats are, and I don't even work on individual cases anymore. But I would give you the links and try to point you in the right direction. I really hate to hear that even one person being bullied and intimidated by this system or anybody individual just because they know that they can do it. They know that they can. So I hate even to hear it. So yeah, just send me an email and I'll try to get you the links and try to get you some help, okay? Just if y'all write a complaint to the links and just don't put my name because they won't help you. They stopped helping people that put my name down years ago. Here come that troublemaking ass what child support hustle lady. Okay, guys, thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope I did okay for my impromptu live. If y'all are not already subscribed, please do. Please share my video and share my page. I guess you don't share on YouTube. I don't know. I'm new to the YouTube streets and it's a mess out here. I thought Facebook was a mess and I had to get off Instagram and all that stuff. It's just but I'm gonna stay in my lane over here. Okay. All right, guys. If y'all need some more information I've written about pretty much everything to do with child support over the past eight 8 years. I don't have my book, but normally I will hold my book up, The Child Support Hustle. You can get it from my okay, Reggie, definitely share on YouTube. And y'all see on the community my memes and stuff like that. If y'all like them, share them. Just to let people know because I have information, a lot of stuff that I write about or share about people are unaware of and they still think that child support is mandatory like I was saying or that the kids get all this money and they don't, that it's not privatized and it is, and it's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on with this system that people just are unaware of just because they bury this information so deeply. Like it took me it took me 8 years to close my case, so it took me practically that long to dig and dig and dig for the information. Now, like I say, um, it's a lot of play like Title 4D. You can find that information in a Google search. Um, when you find about matching funds and all that kind of stuff, it's more available now than it was when I started this. So that's a good thing. I wanted to expose this system, and I'm not saying I did it. I was the only one, but I'm gonna say I was one of the only ones. So um, that's a good thing. So they have been exposed. I'll try to help you out, but yeah, I'll try to point you in the right direction if I can. I'm Mississippi. Oh, Mississippi. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they Mississippi. You write your write your people, Jay Dunn, and write your legislators, call them and write them and get your people together and whoever y'all have down there running stuff, vote their asses out. They're not doing their job. I wish I had four thumbs so I could get them four thumbs down. They are garbage. Tune in for my video tomorrow because I'm gonna break them down. Coffee and tattoos and more of my child support cases in Washington. Just popping in after dinner. Thank you for popping in, Coffee. Yeah, they Mississippi man, and they get a lot of money. They get a lot of money. I mean, all states get a lot of money, but Mississippi is cleaning up. Vote their asses out. But I have the names. I have more information after I dissect all of this stuff, and I have the money that they're getting and all that kind of stuff. Let me see, Washington or single mother, Oregon, Seattle, Orlando. Or I've never been to Oregon. I want to go. That's Portland or Portlandia. That's one of my favorite shows. I was trying to think where Portland, Oregon. Yeah, the houses look gorgeous there. Yeah, I'll try to give you the information, uh, Jay Dunn, so you don't get screwed. Just everybody, that's the best information that I can give anybody. Know your rights and research, research, research. And if you take care of your children, you do not need the government to be involved. I did an interview with oh gosh, what's his name? I have it on here. Oh shoot. I'm gonna put the link in here. I didn't put all everything in the description, but the interviewer, while I'm talking, it'll come back to me. But this father is a father that opted out of child support, and he was in New York, and I actually wrote about him, and he was like the first person I saw, first father that I saw that opted out. And so his argument when he went to court was that I take care of my children. I don't need you guys, the state, to come in and force me to take care of my children. I didn't abandon my children because my wife and I are getting a divorce does not mean that I'm divorcing my children. And they didn't put him on child support. Oh shoot, I'm so mad I forgot his name. Clayton Craddock, Craddock. Think things through. So if y'all see in my videos, if y'all go through the content, it's a Think Things Through podcast, and he has a website and everything. Let's see, expensive because property tax is high. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't hear a lot about Oregon with child support, like being like the worst or having them in the news a lot. Washington either. Okay, yeah, fight them. Fight them. They're just an agency. They're welfare. Child support is welfare. That's it. They're just there to take your money. And if the mother's on welfare, they're there to take it and keep it so your kid won't get the money anyway. So that's it for me this evening. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you taking your time out and listening to me and subscribing to my channel. Uh, Tune in for tomorrow. As soon as I figure out how to set up like the timer, so you guys will. So like if I, well, y'all know what it is. Y'all probably know more than I do about this, but thank you so much, and thanks for bearing with me as I've gone through this YouTube experience and learning how to do this and that. So I appreciate you guys. Um, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. The childsupporthustle.com, the website, and here, CS Hustle number one at gmail.com is my email. Okay, y'all take care. Okay, go ahead and jot it down, Coffee. Thank you. I'm glad to be online. I'm glad you're here online with me. So let's get the word. Let's see how we can take them out. I've seen some. We've done some work. Like some, we've had some accomplishments, but still some more to go. And even if it won't happen in my children are adults, I often say that we can at least, or I can at least, and people my age or whatever, 22, but we can help the next generation so they don't have to go through this bullshit, because that's what it is. So, all right, y'all take it easy. Have a great evening, and see you next time. Bye bye.